Good evening. This is CTV News for Friday. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Janine Samuels. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Well, more than 2,000 University of Maryland students are feeling the heat inside their rooms. 8 dorms are currently without air conditioning. The halls are Wacomico, Carroll, Caroline, Worcester, Cecil, Chester, Ellicott, and Hagerstown. The university is currently providing 400 fans, ice pops, and ice cream to accommodate everyone. Also, it's allowing students to sleep in air-conditioned lounges, delivering 90 mattresses to halls with working AC. Students say these measures are not enough.
It's kind of sad because I paid for it. So it's like all the money I paid for is like a complete waste because I'm not able to get the one thing I really asked for. And it's also kind of stressful because all the heat plus the work you get is just not convenient for like a great student experience.
A lot of my friends have air conditioning, so it does make me a little bit envious. But I think the worst part is that we're right next to 2 halls that have air conditioning, one that was built 5 years ago.
UMD officials say they don't plan on renovating these dorms because they will be torn down and replaced in the future. No word on when that project will begin. Well, it is day 4 of the confirmation hearing for Supreme Court nominee Judge Brett Kavanaugh. Among those testifying today, former Nixon White House counsel John Dean. He says that confirming Kavanaugh will lead to the most pro-presidential power Supreme Court in the modern era. Kavanaugh has faced criticism and heavy questioning on previous days from high-profile Democrats. We asked Senator Ben Cardin for his reaction to the hearings.
Well, I was extremely disappointed that the information was not made available so that the hearing could have been more productive. It was disappointing to see that so much of the information while he served in the White House was not made available to the committee. I was also disappointed by Judge Kavanaugh's failure to really clarify a lot of issues, particularly about women's health care issues and about the president and the Mueller investigation. So I think there are a lot of questions that were unanswered and presents real challenges.
Kavanaugh is in a strong position to be confirmed later this month as Republicans hold a 51-49 advantage in the Senate.
And gubernatorial candidate Ben Jealous says if elected, he'll cut the state sales tax from 6% to 5.75%. The Democrat says the move is part of his overall plan to make Maryland competitive with neighboring states and D.C. For its part, the Hogan campaign questions how Jealous will be able to make those payments and cuts and pay for proposals that include increased education funding and expanding Medicare. Jealous says the cuts will boost the economy. A Hogan spokesperson says it will add $35 billion in new spending. Meantime, the governor and Jealous have agreed to one televised debate. Jealous, who is the underdog, has called for as many as 5. Hogan had earlier agreed to 2. All of that has been whittled down, though, to 1 because neither was able to agree on a schedule beyond a single event. The taped hour-long session will air Monday, September 24th at 7 p.m. Maryland Public Television will host the event, which will air on WBAL and WJLA.
While the National Weather Service downgraded Florence to a tropical storm, it's expected to strengthen again before brushing or striking the East Coast next week. We caught up with local officials from the Office of Emergency Management yesterday, urging everyone to start preparing now just in case.
The Office of Emergency Management is doing a lot of different things for the Prince George's County community. We are putting out a lot of information on social media, helping people with plans, and helping people make sure they're ready for the next disaster. Most important thing is to remember that disasters happen, prepare now, and learn how.
Now, as for Florence, meteorologists at the Baltimore-Washington Weather Service say it's too early to indicate what, if any, impacts the storm may bring to our area.